Throughout that break, Dennis Falcone wanted to come in here and tell a drive-in story, and I fucking gave him the old "see you later, buddy."
Well, what was the drive-in story he wanted to?
Just wanted to say
I think it's so. I think we should save it for after the break. It's so good.
Once we've moved on. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
No, I think Dennis Falcone needs to tell his drive-in story after the break.
I remember I would go to the drive-in and people would behave.
We need to make sure we clear the field for Denny.
And that it's obvious why you've never been on radio full-time voice.
Yeah. It's just, you know what he told me?
It's lacking a little something.
It's depressing.
Right.
He told me, because, he's heard us say that before, and he knows that his voice he just doesn't have a strong voice. But he said it's all he's ever wanted, is to have a radio voice. And he says to this day, he's in the car. When he drives anywhere, he's talking up every song.
Still?
He practices his boss jock voice daily.
Yeah, that's like me fucking practicing my jumper. It's not gonna happen. Accept it. You have your own voice. Be your own voice. You don't need a big radio voice.
Now this is way too inside, but fuck it. When I was living in Buffalo doing radio, I still came from the old days of radio where it mattered if you had a good voice. Mm-hmm. And then people said fuck it, including myself, and said, look, just get stupid on the radio and hopefully it'll work, because you don't have the actual radio voice. Had a horrible Long Island accent, but I worked with a guy up in Buffalo. His name was, I think it was Garth Hemp. You could look him up. And he would smoke cigarettes without filters, and he would drink bourbon. And the sole reason was to fuck up his voice, get it all deep and scratchy, like mine is today, because I got a throat thing happening. He would purposely do that.
It's great. Garth Hemp wants to give up his fucking lungs and liver. I wonder if he knew how to fucking backsell a shitty song.
Yeah, that's him, all right.
He's going by his real name now, Garth Kemp.
Let me see him.
Oh, it is Kemp.
He changed. No, it says on a message board that he did. He used to call himself Garth Hemp.
Oh, okay.
It's cooler.
Because it's cooler, yeah, hemp.
Yeah. Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
That was him.
Doobies.
He did not belong in Buffalo at the time. He's got to be in L.A. or something, right? He was kind of an L.A. West Coast type of guy that...
Yeah. He's on ABC7 in L.A. That's a great job.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
He did all right. He came into Buffalo to do mornings, and he would. That was the tip he gave me. I was just a young kid. He's like, yeah, you should start drinking bourbon and smoke cigarettes without filters to get a voice like mine. And he did have the voice.
Yeah.
Do you have any clips of him? And he was the one that coined the phrase Buffalo Betty.
Really?
Yeah, that I love to this day. I love calling Buffalo girls Buffalo Betties, and what that meant. Back then, you had no clue if a girl had a nice body, because up in the Buffalo area in those horrible winters, they just would wear these oversized Buffalo Bills sweatshirts.
I have a couple.
He's the weatherman.
He's the weather guy.
Yeah.
Let me hear Garth.
Earlier in the day, big delays happening that were going on in the Dallas.
Man.
About a 3-hour delay through Dallas, Texas, due to heavy weather moving through that area. But for the West Coast, things look real nice.
It's all bourbon and unfiltered cigarettes, huh?
Does he have the voice or what?
Yeah.
Christmas Eve tonight.
What Denny wouldn't do for that voice.
He doesn't drink bourbon.
See,
now he knows how to get it, though.
Yeah.
Costa Mesa, 27.
And not too late.
He would tell all the young guys like myself, he would try to turn us on to cancer.
Yeah.
That was his whole tip.
And alcoholism,
When you're coming
cirrhosis of the liver and cancer.
Yeah, when you were coming up, you'd try to get some tips from the older guys, and that was his. Then I heard Brother Weeze, and then I was like, all right, I don't need the fucking cigarettes and the bourbon. Just be stupid. People will enjoy it. Not that Brother Weeze is stupid.
No, his voice is just
horrible.
Oh my god.
Brother Weeze has the worst voice in radio, and he's a hero to me. Because he just fucking...
He is.
He's just himself on the radio.
He's kick ass.
All right, we're babbling now.
We got to clear the field for Denny's big drive-in
Yeah, it's
story.
going to be a fucking gem. Some innocence that happened. And I remember one time we would bring punch that had a little bit of liquor in it.
Well, no, Jim, we wouldn't do that.
Really? You ever get your ass eaten? No. No. Oof. Boo. Boo. Good-natured story.
Yeah. I have a good ass-eating story. Maybe later, though, Sam.
Say it in front of Denny.
Not in front of the ladies.
Let's watch him sweat.
Why? They can handle it.
Not in front of the interns.
They're radio people now. They get it.
Yeah. Denny's going to come back and tell us his drive-in story.
Yeah, I know the story.
Yeah?
Yeah. He got his pecker stuck in the fucking cigarette lighter. Fuck.
Is this Denny's walk-on music? He wishes he was the morning DJ.
This should be his walk-on music.
Let's make this his walk-on music.
Because this
Remember when we used to do walk-on music for everybody?
Yeah, we should do that again.
Yeah. This is Denny's song. This is his dream right here.
Yeah, this is the legendary DJ that Denny never was.
That Denny never was. I feel bad for
No,
Denny.
this is about a DJ who just kind of does these little gigs locally, and he winds up in these shitty places. And then he gets cut because for this drinking, and he comes back, and his fucking ex-wife is hooked up with someone else. Great.
It's a great song, huh?
Yeah.
Good storyteller, this Harry Chapin.
Brilliant, man.
Don't want to go out on a limb or anything, but I think he was a good storyteller.
I've watched this sessions thing he did where he sang all this stuff live in front of a small crowd. And I don't know if it was BBC or what it was, but it was fucking amazing to watch him sing live. He was so good.
I found his stuff kind of depressing.
Yeah, that's why I like it.
You like that, huh?
Yeah, he captures that weird, that sadness and that loneliness, but he captures it well, not in a cheesy way.
And you like going down to that level?
I love it.
With music sometimes?
Sure. If it feels genuine. If it feels real and...
Right.
Like if he tells a good story, which he does.
I should listen to more of his stuff.
Like you feel for this guy, this fucking lonely radio guy, like ugh. Like you see this guy's story and it's just shitty.
Saw a lot of those guys over the years.
Yeah.
And you do feel bad.
Oh my God, dude. Every radio guy in the country who's heard this must love this song.
Yeah. Because they had way more passion for what they were doing than the people they worked for. Yeah. Always. Always.
Bounce around the country.
Right. Denny.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
There's your walk-on music.
Nice
You like this one, right?
Yeah. Matter of fact, Harry died on the LIE on his way to a concert.
Yeah, I know.
Eisenhower Park.
He ate the fucking steering wheel. We all know.
Shame.
We decided not to mention that part of the legacy.
Oh, okay.
Where he burned alive on the LIE. We all know.
I didn't get into it that deep as you did. I just said he lost his life.
I think he hit a tanker truck. It was not pretty.
On his way to a concert, huh?
Yeah.
What exit?
I don't know what exit, but it was on the LIE.
You should know that, Denny.
I don't remember.
You should know what exit
He was
that
heading
is.
west to Eisenhower Park for a concert.
But you should go real local and go, you know that exit that we've all passed a million times?
No, we're
That happened
national.
right there.
I don't have to be as local.
No, we're national. You're not.
We're multinational.
You're national
I work for
sometimes.
the same company as you do.
You're national
I
sometimes.
work for the same company.
Somebody's sick.
What?
Somebody's sick.
We love you, Denny.
I know you do.
You need the big break.
Yes.
I'm happy.
Even though your voice,
Very happy.
even though your voice is
Very
like
happy.
the voice is a little soft.
Oh, yeah, of course it is. Yeah, I worked with a guy once who.
Could you relate to the Garth Hemp story I told? The old school guys?
I did. I worked with a guy by the name of Dave Weiner. I'll never forget. He was a newsman. And this guy would smoke like because you remember back in the day you could smoke in the radio station.
Right.
And he always had a cigarette.
And the reason was because he was working on his
I
voice.
wanted to get a deep voice, and he would always smoke.
Right.
And just, I smoked back then. Didn't help.
You tried it
now?
No, I just smoked before that.
Huh.
He did. He went to Florida. He was down in Florida. I don't know if he's still in the business. Maybe he died of cancer. I don't know. But he smoked like crazy, this guy, because you could smoke in a radio station back then.
Right.
And, look, I remember working with this other guy. He was a Jehovah's Witness. And the story is the way I found out about it is we were doing a Mother's Day thing.
You're hurting your voice right now.
And I said, John.
Well, hold on.
Well, I'll tell you.
Hold on. We're going to get to your story.
Okay.
But you're hurting your voice.
I'm not hurting my voice. I'm just
Use your
talking.
regular voice.
I'm
'cause
just
you're really
talking.
trying to.
No, I'm not. I'm just
really
speaking.
working these vocal cords.
No. I'm just speaking regularly. And the thing is,
Sam, is he? No. All right, thank you.
I'm speaking with my headphones on, so I
I'm
can
with
hear
my
what-
headphones on.
You can see the way the muscles are
Yes, the
contracting in his
muscles.
throat.
You're like, oh.
That's why a lot of guys would stand up,
All right,
so you could project a little better.
Speak from the diaphragm.
Wait, who is the guy that moved to Florida?
Dave Weiner.
You fucking fell for it.
Fuck yeah, big pecker.
Anyway, all right.
Very immature.
And I told this guy once.
Could you
I said,
start over?
I would sell my soul to
No,
the
I'm
devil.
serious. I'm serious. Start over because I forgot
I forgot what.
the whole story.
The story is the guy was a Jehovah's Witness,
Okay,
and
Jehovah's
he was
Witness.
very religious. I didn't know anything about that religion at the time, and we were doing something on the air, and I said something about, hey, what are you getting your mom for Mother's Day this year? And he just clipped the mic and walked away. And I walked in the newsroom. I said, why did you do that? And he goes, well, I honor my mother every day. Because I guess he didn't celebrate holidays
what a
or something.
jerk off.
He just let me hanging there. So I said, well, why'd you do that? And, he just said he honored his mom every day. I said, which is, okay, that's very nice. And I said, you know what? I said, one day, if the devil walked through the door, I would sell my soul to the devil for a great radio voice.
You would?
I would.
So wait.
He was mad at me. He was yelling at me.
He's an asshole.
But was this on the air?
No. It was
See, that was the...
You didn't do things like that back then. You didn't do things like that. You just didn't. It was,
no, but as soon as you started doing those things,
should have opened the mic.
You went to the top of the fucking,
Well, yeah, it was a different time.
As soon as you started talking about that stuff, that's when people started paying attention. Went, oh fuck, these, now it's worth listening to these guys instead of a dumb weather and traffic break.
But if you're not going
10
to
seconds on the Doobie Brothers
Yeah.
before Black Water starts, who cares? But then you started talking about how much of a dick that guy was. People want to listen to that.
I didn't say that. I just disagreed with him.
He was a dick, Denny.
Dick.
We're on your side.
He left you hanging on the air because if he honors his mother every day, he's a shithead.
I said, okay.
He was a dick. He should have kept those mics on.
Yeah, you should say, why don't you honor your broadcast colleague?
Yeah,
That's right.
He was
Yeah.
a self-righteous shithead.
I said it's part of the show. Just go along with it. That's all. Just say, whatever. I'm taking
The
him
fact
out
that
to
you
dinner or
had to
something.
say that to him should have made you want to spit on him.
Yeah.
That guy sucked.
Yeah, we're on your side, Danny.
Yeah, where's his sense of show business?
Exactly.
I honor my mother every day. Do ya?
He got mad at that?
Yeah.
That was
Because I guess he didn't
was
celebrate
innocent.
the holiday.
How did he honor his mother every day?
I
bet
didn't
you
get
he
into
didn't
liquor
honor
box.
his... Yeah.
Just walked out.
I guarantee he didn't honor his mother every
He just,
day.
he wanted to save some money and buy her a gift, I guess.
Which guy is this, by the way?
Was it Dave Weeder?
No, it was Johnny D.
Johnny D.
Johnny D.
There's a lot
What's
of
he
Johnny
doing?
D's out there.
Oh, yeah.
What's he doing?
I don't know.
Hey, this guy knows what exit Harry Chapin died on. See, we go local here.
What's going on, brother?
Hey, Tony,
Good
what's up, buddy?
evening.
From Brooklyn, I know you.
Harry Chapin was exit 40 on the LIE.
Okay.
Where's exit 40? Which one is that now? Help me out.
Jericho Turnpike, around there?
The conch?
No, that's Conquest further east.
No. He was on the LIE, exit 40, right by, where it comes off 25. Yeah, right by Jericho Turnpike.
Okay,
And he got hit by some truck. I think he was having a heart attack, and he passed away. I don't know. And then his wife got like $12 million in a lawsuit from that.
Why?
Wow.
Oh, from the accident itself. I got you. Do they mark the spot where Harry Chapin died? Like the rest of the roadside memorials we all are lucky enough to see as we drive around?
I think that was like 35 years ago. Although, I live in Huntington, actually.
Nice.
And, we lived parallel lives, lived in Buffalo, too. My mother and I went saw his grave and sang Cats in the Cradle. Kind of cheesy, but what the hell.
Wait, whoa. You and your mother stood
You
there.
can't just quickly... Hold on.
Do.
Hold on. Jimmy's got this. Go ahead, Jimmy.
You and
can't
your mother went to see Harry Chapin's grave, and the two of you stood there and sang Cats in the Cradle?
What can I say? My mother's 67. She loved Harry Chapin. I was
Good
like,
for
all right,
her.
We'll go along.
All I'm thinking of is how great it would be if the sky opened and then fucking anvil fell on both of you while you were doing that.
How douchey was that moment, Tony? You got to be honest.
It was very douchey.
Okay.
You know what? She, something she wanted to do. I grew up in Buffalo, live in Huntington now. And
Neither of those things is pertinent to the story as to why you sang Cats in the Cradle
I
with your
bet
mom.
you didn't get through the whole song because you didn't remember the words. She didn't remember the words, and now it's awkward, and now you're kind of humming part of
When
it.
they were crying.
Right. Cradle and the silver spoon. When you're coming home, son. Oh, dancing.
Who was the hair band who did the song?
That was Ugly Kid Joe.
Yep.
Okay.
I would have played that version
I
myself.
prefer Harry's. Harry was so good. Johnny Cash did a great version of this.
Really?
Great cover. It's faster, it's not sad.
Really? Why don't we play that sometime today there,
Yes.
E-Rock?
Jeff is... Danny, thanks for coming in. Jeff Bridges on his way up.
Okay.
Godspeed.
We'll go back to you.
Gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you for your
All
time.
right, Tony. Great story. Harry Chapin singing "Cats in the Cradle" at his grave. That's
Yeah, it's borderline heinous, that story. Him and his mom, because they didn't know Harry Chapin. That would be bad if Harry's friends did it.
what is he?
He's coming in now.
Yeah, he's on his way up.
Okay, cool. And we'll get back to Denny and his
Oh yeah, that's a
driving
great
story. That terrific story. And I want to make him listen to Garth Kemp's voice. I want him to critique Garth Kemp's wonderful
it's a great voice.
Old school radio voice, now doing weather in L.A.
That story about that guy leaving him hanging is going to annoy me all morning.
Of course. Well, you know, the business is filled with those douchebags.
Johnny D.
We worked with all those guys at NEW. They were all just shitty people toward us because we were trying to do something different.
I can't wait to tell
The
Jeff.
only one that wasn't shitty was Scott Muni.
I never met him.
And he probably had the right to be shitty to us. He was an amazing DJ. Old school guy, and he fucking took us under his fucking wing, big time. And the rest of the guys like fucking hated us openly. Not Muni, man. He would go, "Hey, come on in," and invite us into his office and just tell story after story after story about all the guys he met. Yeah, this time me and John and Yoko were hanging out, just showing me like fucking pictures and autographs, and
He was just lonely.
he was cool. He liked us a lot.
I wish I would have met him.
He drove out of the garage one day the wrong way. He had his own rules. He didn't want to wait to go out the right way, so he went out the way you fucking come into the garage. One lane, one of those tiny lanes that has the big time curve. He just went flying up there. One day, he didn't care.
What are you doing, Sam? Stop breaking everything.
Everything's okay.
The shit he had in his office, though, in piles, like, oh, let me find this. And it would be just a Paul McCartney autograph or Paul McCartney signed picture. Oh, yeah, this was the time me and Paul went for coffee. Unbelievable.
I don't have any of those memories.
Yeah, you do.
I don't.
We fucking met.
No, I
We've
don't.
met some people.
Yeah, but I didn't go for coffee with them.
You've had coffee with Bob Kelly.
We were at Ozzy's house.
You were at Ozzy's house. You filmed a little thing with Ozzy.
That is true. I don't have anything from there, though. By the way, I can't wait. Jeff Bridges is going to be amazed when he realizes his movie opens on my birthday.
Your birthday's in 2 days, Jimmy.
Yes.
What are we doing this year?
Oh, please. The surprise bash hasn't been planned.
Sam, could we end with Denny's driving movie theater story?
No.
Let's clear the field and make room for Denny's drive-in story.
No, I mean, let's do it now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like right now.
But I used to go there, and we would just watch the movies and not leave it till it was over.
Because it costs like hashish.
Denny has a terrific drive-in movie theater story.
Exactly. Like this.
Hey, while we're waiting for Denny, can you do that live read?
Joe can. That's Denny's walk-on music.
Okay. Okay.
He always wanted to be the morning DJ, Joe. Fell a little short.
What happened?
But he's still trying.
What happened?
Well, he admitted his voice is a little weak.
Yeah, he sounds like a nasally child.
A little weak.
Denny.
Stop trying to build me up. Thank you.
What's your
I
driving
said a little
story?
weak. We can work on that.
He's got a good voice.
Voice.
Huh?
No, it's not a great voice. I admit it. I admit it's not a great voice.
It's fine.
I honestly think it sounds like a alright voice.
Give him a claret and D.
It's a fine
All right,
voice.
go ahead.
Put a little processing behind that.
Exactly.
See, these kids today don't know about
Reverb.
processing and reverb.
Denny, I tell you, I think you have a good voice. In my opinion, it's not been in line with the rest of this room for this whole show. But I tell you, I think you got a good voice.
Thank you. Didn't that young lady, her profile looked like Eva Mendes when she was
She had a little
I
Eva
saw it.
Mendes to her, yes.
Great. Okay, can I say this real quick?
Yes.
Sorry. Great point. Eva Mendes is a fucking...
Why do you have to say Ava after we all said Eva?
Wait.
Exactly.
What's he gonna
What the
say?
fuck? Always have to be different.
I'm
She's
sorry.
a what?
She is a fucking 10. No,
okay.
no plastic surgery, no heels, no bullshit, no makeup. 10 right out of the fucking box.
All right, so she's the no frills version of Eva Mendes. That's pretty
fine,
good.
but my point was just you
Strong.
can't go, who cares about the bells and whistles? You have to. You have to go, well, that means she's not a 10
Instead of getting Lucky Charms, you get Marshmallow and Stars.
Troy does not agree.
But Troy,
Like you fawn over a girl with a penis. Like, what does that
So
say
what?
about? So, what does that say about
You
your?
mean me or Joe?
please clarify.
But why does this disgust you so much?
Just because it just that girl was insane.
But you're not hearing what I'm saying to you right now. If Eva Mendes is a 10,
Denny, your story might have
if
to
Eva
wait.
Mendes is a 10, right out of the fresh morning, no
Okay,
shower,
fine, that girl's
nothing.
an 8.
Come on, Troy. Oh! 7. I think 7's fair. I think it's very fair. I'm not being mean. I think it's just a fair statement. That's a little... I don't understand why it makes you angry.
You get me my feathers ruffled.
Why?
Just I don't know.
Joe, he hasn't let go of the other thing.
Huh?
He never let go of that other thing that he said. You
I don't think he has.
He never let that
the
go.
The other day when it came up, when I go, me and Troy are cool now. You know, I'm not trying to be inflammatory.
Here's what happened.
He ran into this fucking room like there was money being given away.
We were on the after show and calling Roland out on some bullshit, and then Roland was like, "Well, Troy, you talk shit about Joe," and you know what Troy's response was? I never said I liked Joe.
I don't think Troy likes me.
We're fine. We're fine.
He didn't get over the other thing. When they were fighting,
I'm going to take it a step further. I don't think Troy ever liked me.
No,
even when we were like supposedly friends. I think he was just plotting and waiting to fucking choke me out.
Ever friends.
We were pretty friendly. We used to hang out at functions. Yeah,
we're cordial.
But I mean, like when we would go to Aunt's barbecues, we would sit and hang out for a long time and talk.
We're cordial.
I would say
like
we're
friends
friendly.
are people I hang out with on a regular basis.
I would say we were. It seemed like we were on our way to potentially swapping numbers.
And then you sunk that shit. But then, and I hold a grudge. I still have anger towards people I had in high school. So, like, I don't get over shit easy.
Oh, it's fine.
Now, why do you have a grudge against Joe? What exactly did he do?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Joe.
No,
that's not good on this road again.
I'm not being combative, Jim. I'm saying, like, this is a...
It's a long thing.
It's a long story.
It's a long
but the short of it is, you weren't here the one day.
I would rather build, new hatred instead of going back to the old shit.
We're not going to go back to hatred, but
let's get some new hatred.
You were
going.
out the day it happened. I was filling in for you, and Troy... I started making fun of Troy's shoes or something, and then
and my jeans. And by the way, you're wearing diesel jeans today, with
and
the same
Van,
jeans I was
Van
wearing, with rips in them that you goofed on me for.
Right, right.
Oh shit,
but Troy,
you were
Jesus.
on that shit like a year ago.
Troy, we're past it. It's a year later.
Yeah, I told you I don't like those shit.
I've already apologized
because he's doing the shit.
You're going
that
back to the ripped jeans thing.
Totally.
Wow, you never forgot.
He made fun of you
I was wearing diesel jeans and
I had
he's wearing
these
the
in my
exact same
closet
jeans now.
when I was making fun of him. That wasn't the
That's
point.
not cool.
The point was
because he's making fun of him for something he
Yeah,
does. That's
right.
not cool.
Of course.
That don't make no sense.
It doesn't
Good
make
one,
any
Chipper.
sense.
Thank you.
Anyway, the point is I made some jokes. Troy got a little angry, and then it carried over into an actual fight a month later when, again, you weren't here.
When he fucked with your livelihood.
And,
I've heard about that one.
And we got in a big fight, and then we didn't talk for a long time, and then finally at the Caroline's Christmas party, I went up to Troy. I said, Troy, can we just let this go? Like,
oh, I was at that party.
and then he said, yeah, and I thought everything was cool.
He
But
never let it go. He didn't let it go. He said yes, he was lying. He lied. He lied to you, Joe.
Fine. But see, the problem is Jim starts shit back up.
Jim's taking his pants
No,
off.
listen, he's not. I'm not going to get angry. I'm not
angry at you. We're fine.
What is Jimmy doing?
He took his pants off.
I have to go to the gym directly after this, and Troy and I still have to do something. So while you're talking, I'm just changing, so I don't have to do it at the gym. I'm very pressed for time.
He put his gym sweats on.
Yeah. It's very pressed for time.
Those are the thinnest sweats I've ever seen.
They are, yeah.
They have some light
I like my cock to breathe.
He likes to show off the cock.
Yeah.
He likes it that way.
So, okay, so
his
what
thing.
was happening here? Troy still hates you.
Well, we also got Denny's driving movie
Kind of a
theater
letdown
story.
after all
Yeah,
this.
No, Danny, please.
Oh, I heard a preview of this thing.
Oh,
It's not going to disappoint.
Wasn't that great? I mean, you were talking about sneaking into the drive-in, and
I never snuck in.
What, you didn't
I never
sneak in?
went. The first time I went to a drive-in
Don't rub salt.
was when I was 20, probably 23 in Rochester, New York. It was the first time I ever went to a drive-in.
Did you ever see a drive-in movie as a kid?
Yeah, at the red lights. I told you that.
For how long?
Yeah,
For maybe a minute.
a minute.
But we'd get to hear the sound for a while because we'd pick up the movie before the red light.
You never actually went in to watch it.
Oh, Joe, listen to the first
Joe.
part of today's show.
What do you want from me?
I brought up this nice, what I thought was a good childhood memory, and then realized, like, what the fuck was wrong with my parents that we never actually went and saw a movie at the Rocky Point drive.
That's hilarious. They would just take it so you can kind of see the screen.
No, I was on the way home from my grandma's house.
Oh, drive-ins. I missed those. Those were the fucking best.
I wouldn't know, Joe.
You
That's
missed
the
out.
point today.
Why are you guys
missed out.
rubbing salt in Opie's wounds? Joe and Denny over here is a lethal combination.
But Denny could relate and has a story.
Oh, right.
I wanted to
Hey.
see a bunch of buddies of mine wanted to see the movie with Foxy Brown. Who was that? Pam Grier back in the 70s, and they all wanted to sneak in, but nobody had the money to get in. So like one guy, what we did is we all chipped in like $2, but I had to go in the trunk of like a 1972 Chevy Nova, and I got claustrophobic. And as we're driving into the entranceway, I'm banging on the thing to let me out, and then the guy got mad from the manager, and he called all our parents when they had to come down there. but I got claustrophobic. It wasn't a great story. It was just a...
Jimmy, you're missing an
It wasn't a
amazing
great story.
Start from the top, Danny.
It wasn't a great story.
I didn't hear it. I had a carpenter
It was just a thing
it's not a bad story.
It's not a bad.
Please retell it for Jimmy. And what song should we play over the story? Just to bring it all together.
We have Beach Boys Driving.
Did you have Beach Boys
that'd
Driving?
be great.
Yeah,
All right, let's get a little Beach Boys Drive-in. Let's retell the story for Jim Norton.
It actually is a good story.
I said a bunch of buddies of mine wanted to see this Pam Grier movie, Foxy Brown or something, back in the 70s. Nobody had enough money for everybody in the car, so they locked me up in the trunk of a 1972 Chevy Nova. I got claustrophobic, turned to sweat automatically, started banging on the trunk to get out. The management found out that we had were sneaking guys in, and it wasn't a big thing.
That's cool. What did you and Potsy and Ralph Mouth do after that?
It wasn't a big thing. It wasn't a big thing.
I wish you were locked in the trunk of Harry Chapin's car.
I would just get claustrophobic.
That is the hackiest thing to do in a drive-in.
That's a terrible surfing movie.
That's a hack move to hide someone in the trunk.
But they used to do that. You used to do that back then in the 70s. You would do that. That's all. That's all I was saying.
They also would squeeze a lot of people into a phone booth.
Exactly.
Oh, that was
The
a
only way that
college
story
prank.
could be worse is if you said you jerked off Tom Bosley at the end of it.
That'd be a great story.
You know who really enjoyed that story, though, was Troy Kwan.
He loved it. I saw him
I
last
saw
It wasn't a big story.
Troy appreciates nostalgia.
Troy, what'd you think of the story?
I was falling asleep.
It wasn't a great story.
No, it wasn't. You're right.
just
Furious at everybody.
It wasn't a great story.
You
Troy
were
just doesn't
building
like
it up. Yeah.
fucking shoddy stories.
It wasn't- and I admitted that.
Troy
I was
likes
just
the real story.
Making conversation.
He doesn't like
Joe or Denny?
a bad drive. Troy likes a nice, solid driving story.
Yeah. He needs a real punch at the end
I
of
like
it.
Troy's TCB tattoo. Elvis taking care of business.
Denny, what was the movie? Oh, Foxy Brown. You
Foxy
said that
Brown.
already.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Pam
Looking for
Grier.
details that might spice it up.
No,
but they're not
wasn't.
there, Joe.
I
I can't believe you went to see
Exactly.
Foxy Brown.
Pam Grier.
You're going to sneak in. You sneak in for like fucking Star Wars or some shit. You know, sneak in for the
They didn't
big
make
summer
that yet.
blockbuster.
Yeah, climb the fence or something.
Exactly.
Jesus.
So, guys thought it'd be fun to do and lock me in the trunk.
That's what you thought was fun?
Happens.
I didn't like it. I didn't like being locked in the trunk.
Antics.
It was
Yeah,
zany.
we heard you.
That's all.
Jesus God.
Yeah,
I told you it wasn't anything exciting.
It was a good story, Denny.
It was a good story,
That
actually.
literally should be the lead story on awfulstories.com.
I don't like how Sam's sleeves are rolled up like Ray Liotta in Something Wild.
They're just cuffed. A little cuff never hurt anybody.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You should have a cigarette pack rolled up in those sleeves.
Okay,
I
so
thought that reference was going to do a lot more.
I never saw the
Give you a
movie.
chuckle.
He's like a greasery kind of guy.
get
and,
it?
my old pal.
You get it. You get
It's
it.
there.
I can bring this all the way around. A guy I used to work with at BAB who is in the record industry, still doing well, even though everyone else is not. Ooh. He wrote Harry Chapin died near exit 40, which we figured out, on the LIE near Jericho.
Still talking about Harry
He was in a blue 1975 Volkswagen Rabbit.
Ooh.
I guess the fuel tank ruptured by climbing its back.
Yeah.
What did he die from?
What, did he get rear-ended or something?
I guess
Truck
so.
climbed his
car
back
accident.
probably. Went up
All right, Rabbit. Rupturing the blue 1975 Volkswagen Rabbit, rupturing the fuel tank by climbing its back and causing it to burst into flames.
Oh, Jesus.
So wait,
Christ.
was he driving the blue 1975 Volkswagen Rabbit, or is that what?
He was driving the Rabbit, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's a Bug, right? The Volkswagen Bug.
Yes.
No, the Rabbit was another model.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So
What
it's
does
like
it
a
look
little
like?
like hatchback type deal.
It was more square, of a square type car.
Yeah.
Not the van.
No, it's a rabbit.
Speaking of square.
Denny.
Yeah.
He's a square.
The car was square. That's all.
Couldn't sneak somebody to drive into one of those things.
Right. How would you handle that situation?
You didn't like the driving story?
Denny the
got-
driving bandit. That's the raciest thing he's ever done.
You think
a
Denny
big
got
story.
beat up by greasers when he was growing up?
One time we stole rock
yeah.
candy out of the corner store.
The Tufts and leather jackets would beat him up.
Let's sneak right into the after show.
Yeah.
Well,
You
you
don't
got
have to do this proper.
You got some live reads and commercial breaks.
Have fun, guys.
You got two more. At least do one of them.
Do I? Joe will do them.
Yeah, Joe.
He owes me.
What the for what?
You know what?
Treating him like a rock star.
I'll do one. I don't care. I'll do one.
All right.
And I'll be at Gotham this Friday and Saturday night. Please come see that. Bye-bye.